Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Yes. Yeah, seems like Mick is going to be here while I do these reviews, which is perfectly fine. But once again, welcome to my channel. Yes, it's been oh my gosh, how long has it been? I think a couple months, because the last movie review I did was They Will Kill You, which that movie was funny, and I went into it blind. I didn't know what the fuck was happening in that movie, but I do have 4 movie reviews that I am recording today. I saw Backrooms, Passenger, Obsession, and Mario. So from April until now. I didn't get a chance to see Hokum, and I really wanted to see Hokum. So I'm hoping that I can see it. Hopefully it comes on a streaming service sometime soon. That way I don't have to like bootleg it, because I'm not buying it. But it wasn't even in theaters that long, I feel. But a lot of these movies aren't going to be in theaters long, because these companies are awful and they just want to go straight to digital, because movie theaters are basically dead and or dying. But yeah. But I saw Backrooms on Thursday, and I watched Markiplier play it, I watched Jacksepticeye play it when they all came out and everything, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is interesting, whatever. I like anything horror. I'm not really into horror comedy like that, so They Will Kill Us, like I said, didn't know anything about it. Going into it, seeing it was legit a horror comedy, kind of made me laugh, but not in a bad way. Like, I'll watch any type of horror, but if it's strictly like horror comedy, where it's just comedy, it's not really my thing. I like the blood, the gore, the violence, the brutality. Love the brutality. But like I said, oh my gosh, I keep touching my face. But like I said, Backrooms. I went to go see Backrooms on Thursday, literally right after work, and I kept forgetting that I had tickets for it, because I just been buying so many movie tickets that I'm just like, oh shit, I forgot this movie was happening. But anyways, if you don't know the lore of the Backrooms, I'm gonna say low-key look it up, because like I said, I watched gameplay on it years ago, and it's just 2026 and it just came out. To me, if you saw The Cabin in the Woods, this is the vibe that the movie was giving to me. We all know, if you watch the games and everything, it's different shit. Literally different shit, different entities, different things that are happening, different stories. Okay, that's cool. But how I can honestly paint this picture for you, if you saw The Cabin in the Woods, it was giving that. And to be honest, I can't really spoil anything for you, because there was nothing to fucking spoil. There's really nothing to spoil, because I was just sitting there like, okay, like, you start with these characters. Like, one's name is Clark, black guy, and the other character's name is Mary. Mind you, you didn't find out Mary's name until like maybe 20 minutes into the movie. And I was sitting here like, did they ever say her name? No, they never said her name. Like, and I was sitting here like, okay, like, I thought that was kind of weird. Mary is Clark's therapist, and this is taking place in 1990. This is taking place in 1990. I want to start with positives. I always like to start with positives. I like the way, I love the way the movie was shot. The movie, I thought, was shot great. They did a great job on that. The set designs. I heard in like watching interviews and seeing stuff on Twitter that everyone would get lost in the set, because they were so many areas. I mean, you know the back room, so you know you go through one door, you're in some other place, you go up the stairs through the tiny little square door, you're in a whole nother place. And I thought they did a really, really, really good job on that. I thought they did a good job on the creepy atmosphere and the sounds, and I enjoyed that a lot. I didn't think the acting was bad at all. I thought the acting was fine. I wasn't sitting here like, oh my gosh, you're such a bad actor that I can't like do this at all. But the sets were great. Honestly, they gave me, I don't have it, but I'll probably post it in the thumbnail when I take the picture, but they gave me, when I walked into the movie theater and got my ticket, they gave me like this, it looked like a bookmark, but it was like this photocopy picture of the, what was it called? Captain Pirate or Captain Clark. I don't know. I forgot. I don't have it with me. But they only made 10,000 copies and I was like 7,000 and something. I thought that was pretty cool. It reminded me like when I went to go see Silent Hill and they gave me a postcard for it. Even though that movie was bad. But oh my fucking god, I can't stand kids. I swear they're annoying. Like, why aren't you like in summer camp? Anyways, Backrooms, indie horror game, and honestly it started off as a creepypasta, then ended up being an indie horror game. I didn't go into this movie with no expectations because I'm like, I mean, it's the Backrooms. I went in with no expectations. I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect that. I'm in the movie theater and I got my perfect seat like I always do. And it's like, it's fine. Like it starts out interesting. All this shit is happening. And you're sitting there like, okay, they're going to set this up. We're going to get some answers. We're going to do all this type of stuff. And to be honest, with the characters, with Clark, which is one of the main characters, the black guy, you realize, oh, his wife kicked him out and he's living in the furniture shop. he's fucking living in the furniture shop, and all this creepy stuff is happening, and he's trying to figure out, like, you know, why are the lights flickering? Why is this happening? And I was kind of confused with Mary's character at the beginning a little bit, because there's this scene where I guess she's a child and she's putting her hand in something, and then this bulldozer comes and she's sitting there and bulldozing down a house, which I'm assuming it's her house. But I was sitting there like, wait, are you the therapist too? And then you find out later, oh yeah, you are the therapist. All right. You didn't really get any backstory. You understood the backstory from listening to the characters talk and the therapy sessions and little mini flashbacks, but you didn't really get answers on how you kind of got to the situation that they're in. Like I said, they didn't even say her fucking name until like 20 minutes into the freaking movie, and I didn't even realize this was a 2-hour movie. But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was interesting. Like when we got into the back rooms and they're exploring things, Clark was exploring things, that was cool. I wanted more of that. I wanted more exploring of the back rooms, you know, and you would see certain things. You would see like one entity, maybe. To me, it kind of looked like a xenomorph with its teeth all shiny and shit, but you didn't really get to see it. You didn't get to see what was chasing around the characters. You didn't see what really killed the guy at the very beginning, you know? And going back to like, oh, this is giving Cabin in the Woods, I say that because you have scientists watching and just basically putting shit in there. And mind you, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't give a fuck about Cabin in the Woods. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I did not like that movie. And for this to be like a similar situation like that, when they could have done multiple other things because it's the back room and there's different games and different stories, was kind of like, But then I realized Kane Pixels was directing it. It's like, bro, you're basically fucking 12. You're basically fucking 12. And you could tell it was directed by a 19-year-old, however old the fuck he is. Which, I don't mind how old you are directing things, but it was just obvious. I know we're having all these YouTubers directing films now. We had Markiplier do Iron Lung, which I enjoyed. You had the one YouTubers do Talk to Me, which I didn't even know they were YouTubers, but I thought that movie was really good. That was a good movie. And then you have Obsession, which was done by another YouTuber, and I'm like, that was a good movie. So I'm not understanding how the Backrooms was just boring. The Backrooms was boring. I wanted more exploration in it. I wanted more. I'm not even going to say I wanted more entities. It could have just been one fucking entity that was chasing them and doing shit. But I'm not even going to say what the entity was that was doing shit. But you see it. Obviously the CGI was ass, but who cares about it? Who cares about that? You see the entity, you're just sitting there like, okay. No story with that. Okay. And then Clark decides to bring his employees to the back rooms to explore and figure out what is happening. And of course they get got. Sorry if that's a little spoiler, but it's kind of obvious when it's obvious when you watch it what's going to happen, but there's no explanation on what got them, especially the female, okay? There's no explanation on why Clark all of a sudden turned into the way he turned into. And then he was trying to explain it, saying this place just remembers things, and the more it remembers, the more it gets it wrong, and the more it stops caring. So I'm kind of sitting here like, so is it remembering the world, the earth, or wherever it is, or is it just remembering people and analyzing their memories that are going into the back rooms and just remaking it? I don't fucking know, because they don't fucking tell you. And then I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, things are happening. I was like, all right. We're probably in like the second act right now, maybe the third. That's what I was thinking. We're maybe in the third act. And then rooms start changing. It shows a character all discombobulated and morphed really crazy, and then it just goes to the credits. It just goes to the fucking credits. And I had to look at my phone to see if there was any end-credit scenes, post-credit scenes, and there's nothing. My movie theater was silent because I think they were waiting for something else, but nothing happened. And I'm sitting here like, okay. I did not like the Backrooms. It's not the Backrooms or Backrooms. I don't give a fuck at this point what it's called. But I will say, go see it and form your own opinion. Obviously, this is my opinion. This is how I felt. I personally would wait for streaming, because honestly, you know, these movie companies, they're gonna put it on digital and streaming probably in the next couple of months. I heard it made like its budget back, and that's perfectly fine. I'm all for you making your money and making your budget back, but I don't know if we need to keep continuing to make horror video games, horror movies, unless if we actually really care about the movie and we know what we're doing. Like I said, Markiplier's Iron Lung, you could tell he cared about it a lot. Jacksepticeye is going to do Bloodborne. I'm going to have to watch his gameplay on Bloodborne before it comes out so I can get a little more understanding, even though I've watched it like 3 times already. But the fact that he's doing it and he loves the game, I think he's going to do a good job. Backrooms though, And then I had to remember this was the A24 thing, and you know how A24 is. You're either going to get great story and artsy shit, or you're going to get artsy shit and start off great and get shit. If you watch A24 movies, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But, I mean, I would give Backrooms, me being nice, if I'm being nice, a 6 out of 10. If I'm being like 5 out of 10. But yeah. If you saw the movie, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. It was a movie. It was boring. Yeah, I haven't decided if it's gonna go on my worst of 2026 list. It was better than Silent Hill. God, Silent Hill was fucking awful. That movie was awful. But yeah, let me know what you think about in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know what other movies or even TV shows. I want to start reviewing TV shows. I'm not going to review The Boys because, don't get me started on The Boys. But bye guys, whenever you're watching this or listening to it, I hope you have a great summer because it's starting to get hot now. No more rain. I hope you have a nice summer and just be safe out there. Bye.